It's got 12 different panels, kind of with the 12 different kind of stages of the creation.
Right.
So on panel 1, so that's words. I've got the words here as well. So it's got kind of a little Bible verse from Genesis, which is the first book, and then it kind of tells you more about what it is. So the first picture, like the first, I think she calls it textile panels, is 3 like stripes. You can see 3 different stripes, and that's the Trinity. So those are 3 different gods.
Is it that one, Imogen?
Yeah, it's that one.
Okay.
So there's 3 different kind of stripes of the colour, which represents the 3 gods in one.
Okay. So tell us, for anyone who doesn't know, what are the three gods?
Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, I think.
Yeah.
So they're 3 in 1, which is Trinity. And then there should be another picture with that she's done a lot of detail on the pictures. So like that, they've all got like either spirals, or this one's got representations of different things in creation on the spirals that are all sewn in. Yeah, and I think you can see dinosaurs, penguins, raindrops. There we go. That's got like starfish and like stars and moons and like spirals and things. That one's like seaweed, fish, plants, sharks.
Okay.
It's really detailed. I quite like the detail in it. But kind of when you stepped back, you didn't notice the detail, but then when you got close, you saw so much detail in it. It says here, I finished the panel with curves of gold leaf flashing around the spiral. They're signs of great energy and glory set to flow through the entire universe. So that's panel 2. God spoke light. So yeah, so it's like the light and the dark kind of coming together and making one. The book, it says, so the creator begins his work, the first large space created by light and dark, just waiting to be filled with stars, sun, moon, lots of different things like that. There we go, that one. Quite a lot of the pieces have the little spirals in. So it says, you'll notice that the white and black triangles are not simply flat fabric. They're covered with spirals, which will be a visual theme across the whole exhibition, pointing each time to the creation. God spoke water, so the creator continued his work. The second large space created with sky above the waters below, just waiting to be filled. So that's the sea and the ocean and all the ponds and rivers and seas and everything just waiting, and like the rain and the clouds just waiting to be filled with all the wonderful things that are going to happen. I quite like that there's quite a few of them that it kind of, she doesn't cut like the extra fabric off the end. So like on the bottom of that one, it's almost like the rain's coming down from the clouds, and then it's kind of continuing off of the thing to make it look like it isn't finished yet, and there's kind of more to come, and you need to use your imagination to kind of see what's more to come. Here on the panel is water in many forms. Dark blue skies full of dark clouds hit the horizon and empty onto the earth in thousands of raindrops. Vaporous mist, running rivers, thunderous waterfalls, crushing, churning seas, and snowflakes. Like variations on the water, kind of all put into one picture, kind of mushed together, but you can definitely kind of tell which bits are which. God spoke green earth. So the creator continues his work. The third large space, land covered with vegetation, just waiting to be filled. Which I quite like this one, because it's got lots of plants and seeds and flowers and like mushrooms and like lots of, yeah, like that one. It's got lots of flowers, seeds, and seaweed across the bottom, lots of different plants and vegetation that come onto the earth. And you can definitely kind of distinct, like there's definitely the distinct patches of it, but then it's kind of, you look out when there's one big picture and then you go closer and it's lots of littler pictures as well. It was huge. Some of them are like, it would fill like a whole, it was like, I don't know, like 2.5-3 meters tall almost. They were all that kind of tall, but they were like huge. They would fill a whole wall. They were that big. Like, I would reckon I would sell it for like £100,000 each. They were massive. Yeah, it was kind of in a little side room, but they were kind of placed around the room, which I quite liked. I quite liked because you kind of looked around the whole thing and it kind of continued on each panel. Yeah, they're all so colourful. It's like, I love it all.
Really?
Yeah, so this one is the universe sparkle with light. So day 4, the creator fills the first large space created by light and dark with great lamps of light of night and day. So days and night. It's got all the stars and the solar system and the sun and the moon and the earth. So water and sky. So he filled the water and the sky with the different animals. So day 5, the creator fills in the second large space created by sky and water with multiple birds and multitudes of birds and fish. So he fills it. I like this panel. I like this panel.
They're getting, as they go along, they're getting less abstract and more figurative. Is that true as they went along? So by figurative, it means you can recognise the items like the dolphins and the birds and things.
Yeah.
They
gets more distinct and there's so much detail in the little ones. She does, like, that's kind of saying what I was saying earlier about the strands kind of going off the edge and kind of look like there should be more to it. There's so much detail. She sells like little, like that size of the individual, like seahorses and birds and crabs and things.
Yeah.
Day 6, the creator fills in the third large space of the earth with extravagant and extraordinary variety of living creatures, so animals and humans. So day 7, and the creator has made and filled up the 3 large spaces, and so he rests. And it's kind of reflecting back on kind of everything that he's made and done.
So that one was Dangerous Snake in the Garden.
Yeah. So this was the snake temptation. So 2 trees, 2 keepers. So this was the tree of life and the tree of knowledge, good and evil. You can see the spiral on the top one, and then on the bottom one, the snake's pretending to be the spiral. This one is the 11th panel, which is the critical choice. Goodbye to Eden. So they kind of picked the apple and ate the apple off the bad tree, and they kind of turned away and kind of made their own rules and regulations and followed them rather than what God kind of created and wanted them to do. So it started on the 17th of January and it's going on the 1st of March. It kind of wasn't just like Christian, it was kind of showing how creation happened rather than telling you this is what it was. Well, it is telling you this is what it was and this is how it was, but it wasn't just for those specific people. Anybody can go and see it, anybody can like acknowledge that it's beautiful art